All right, everyone, happy Wednesday. King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you on this wet middle part of the week, which has brought in some pretty steady rain through a lot of the day. Been noticing some heavier pockets of rain too, and we also have snow that's going to be out across the Cascades as we go throughout the evening tonight and into the earlier part of Thursday. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. First, let's talk about the rain that has fallen here throughout the day, and we've seen closing in on an inch down that way around Hoquiam, coming in just under a half an inch around Bellingham, Mount Vernon coming in closer to 3/4 there, about a third of an inch around SeaTac Airport, and then a little under 3/4 again as you get closer to Shelton. So some pretty healthy amounts, and we do still expect to see more rain as we head on into the night, so those will go up, and we'll see more snow across the Cascades too, as snow levels are now beginning to come back down to about that 3,500-foot level. So that will mean Snoqualmie Pass, we're going to get some snow. I think we might be on the lower end of this as this advisory is with us until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It looks like we'll see anywhere between 7 to 9 inches, again, for those elevations above 3,500 feet. So below that, Snoqualmie Pass, maybe not quite as much, but around Stevens Pass, White Pass, I think we're going to be doing pretty good with this. And it's not anything that's going to be a major snowstorm for us, but it's only the first of hopefully a few more that we're going to see here over this next week or so, because you can see the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center has, well, at least the chance, or at least there's a higher likelihood of things being cooler than normal here across the state. Not a big chance and maybe not huge changes, but a cooler air mass, some lower snow levels will go a far way, especially if we have the active weather around, and it looks like that's what we're going to see. So that will mean rain for us here in the lowlands, temperatures in the low 50s. Through Sunday, you can see the cool down coming, though, by next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to keep an eye out for there, at least for more mountain snow to come on through, and it will be some lower snow levels at that point. So that's going to help to really ensure that we at least get some additional snow out of that as those systems come on through into that point in time. Out this way towards Westport, though, a few sun breaks as we are now ending off our Wednesday, and trying to get a few of them up this way around Bellingham too. It's just been pretty gloomy and wet throughout the good portion of the day. Been seeing a little more up this way around Port Angeles as well, and as we look here around Everett, cloudy skies, a wet afternoon, and we're up near this convergence zone, so we've been seeing actually some heavier periods of rain. We've been noticing it here too in Seattle. It's been mainly to our north, but beginning to come back south again, and 47 degrees and rainy. Yeah, going to be a pretty chilly and raw evening for us, especially with those winds, which are currently coming in at about 12 miles per hour for you. We'll head on into the night, a bit of a break in the action, and then more rain to come, lighter showers late into the night, and maybe a few of them around heading into the day for tomorrow. Now check this out. This is radar right now, and you can see where we have some of that steady and heavy rain right here. Snohomish and King County really getting hit harder with that, and that's moving up into the Cascades and Stevens Pass, cold enough for snow right now. Snoqualmie Pass, we're pretty close. That's why you see some of that green popping up right there. That's kind of a mixture of rain and snow here as we get closer to the pass. Otherwise, I think overall, we're going to see a lot of this continue to move on out of here, and you can see much less in terms of activity as that moves its way off to the east. Even a little lightning strike there. We've been noticing a little instability with this system as it's come on through. Haven't really been noticing much in terms of the lightning and thunder, but it's out there. So looking at futurecasts, all of this continues to wane as we head on into the night. We won't see it quite as widespread, but we're going to keep the better chances near and north of I-90 here late into the night. That's just after midnight and into the start of the day for tomorrow. And that's why we still have those advisories that are going to be with us until 10 o'clock into Thursday, because we still have that snow that's going to be falling at that point. Keep that going even into the afternoon hours. That's 1 o'clock. Spreading out a bit farther to the south, but also at the same time, too, starting to lose some of the deeper and heavier moisture. And then we continue to see that fizzle out by tomorrow night at about 8 to 9 o'clock. And it should be drier for tomorrow night and into the start of the day on Friday. Increasing chances of rain as that system starts to come on in. And again, maybe a bit more of that snow ahead as we head on into that point for the Cascades. Additional rain to come for us. It looks like it will be kind of impressive again, between about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. Higher amounts out to the coast, and this only goes through early Saturday morning, so we should expect to see more as we go throughout the weekend. And with the lower snow levels that are going to be ahead for us, we should help to reduce a bit more of that snow. You can see that snow level down on Tuesday getting closer to 1,500 feet. So the snow levels are going to be dropping, and we are going to be keeping an eye out for some good chances of seeing that mountain snow, and we'll see how much more low it gets as we head on into next week too, if we're talking about maybe some higher foothill communities seeing a few snowflakes mixing on in. For right now, though, and heading on into early Saturday morning, this is what we're expecting snowfall-wise. Those areas around Baker as well as Stevens Pass, picking up anywhere between about that 7 to 9 inch range we mentioned before. Paradise the same amount too, while Snoqualmie Pass and around Crystal Mountain and White Pass will see just a little less. And as we continue to look on into the future here, that's Friday. That system moves on out of here. We're keeping things pretty active there. You continue on into more of the day. On Saturday, you see that system moving on through some steady rain at times with that. And then, yeah, it's starting to cool down just a bit more heading into now Monday and then into Tuesday as we see quite a bit more of that mountain snow that will be ahead. So this will be a pretty good period, hopefully a good time for us to really start to try to catch up at least on that snowpack that has been really low for a lot of the season. Won't get us back up to average, but it will definitely go quite some ways for helping us out with our low numbers. For tonight, we're going to see those overnight temperatures drop down between the low to mid 40s, and then highs tomorrow getting up to around 51 in Blaine. We'll be at 50 in Anacortes, Orcas Island up to 50 degrees. Low 50s around Oak Harbor and in Everett, Marysville. Upper 40s for Coopville and in Clinton. Monroe up to 49 degrees. Issaquah will hit a high of 50 degrees. 52 in Bremerton. We'll see a high of around the mid 50s in Belfair and in Tacoma. 53 in Olympia and 53 in Puyallup. Your 7-day forecast. Expect to keep things pretty wet and active here for the next few days. Tomorrow, not quite as wet, though. I think we are going to have a lot of dry times, even a few areas of sunshine throughout the day on Thursday, and then increasing chances of rain again heading into Friday and Saturday. Rain at times on Sunday, and then into the start of next work week is really when we start to keep an eye out for those lower snow levels and maybe some higher chances of some higher amounts of some snow to hit our mountains. Okay, everyone, well, have a wonderful Wednesday night. Try to stay as dry as possible. We'll talk to you soon.